This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Living Dead Girl, Rob Zombie, 92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station. Philly Joe and Vicki, good morning. By the way, just to give you a little tease here. That's what we call it in radio, to keep you interested. In the next 10 minutes, we do the bone phone, and there's a call pertaining to Rob Zombie's movies and Howard Manshine. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh.
Really?
What's the connection
Yeah,
there?
I'm interested.
You'll have to stick around to find out, Vicki.
And we actually work here.
I know. I was planning on peacing out in about 5 minutes.
You know what?
So
You
I
seemed
guess
a
I'll
little
stick around.
distracted
Yeah.
today, but this has brought you back in, eh?
I'm in. I'm invested.
Okay, that's good.
Well, have you had your pancakes yet? The
I have.
proteins?
Early.
Oh, really?
I've been so hungry lately. So, I've
I get
already
it.
demolished
I get
them.
it. I
Yeah.
said I was buying breakfast
That's
today.
true.
I
Had
had
to
not
get-
forgotten, but if that's your passive-aggressive way of reminding me.
You know, when I'm out for breakfast and you have one of those bigger breakfasts that are like you got the sausage and then the eggs and the hash browns, and then they give you the option of like toast or the pancakes.
Yeah.
See, the pancakes with all that is a lot. And typically I turn it down because I'm like, how can I have 3 pancakes with the hash browns, with the eggs, with this? But it's so tempting because it's pancakes.
Well, it's almost like a little dessert in your breakfast,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Something
right.
a little sweet to cap it off. But I know what you mean. It's a lot of food.
Oh,
It's worth
And you-
trying.
And you almost think like, well, I'm getting more bang for my buck with pancakes than toast.
yeah,
It's
you
worth,
do, of course
Right?
you do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's worth trying. Better that you made the wrong decision by ordering it than not ordering it.
Yeah.
I'll judge the pancakes depending on how busy of a day I have. I can't do pancakes if I have an active day, like a lot of things, because I need to lay down. It's a heavy duty. Like your protein pancakes are lighter than your standard
Yeah,
pancake,
they're a
correct?
banana-based pancake, so there's not as much weight to them as your standard ones.
Okay, yeah, I've had them. They're very good.
Yeah.
But like the pancakes I make for the family on a weekend are heavy.
They're hearty.
It's a dense food, a pancake.
You like I don't eat a lot of pancakes, but you just like pull the bag out of the pantry and then add
It's a
whatever
box.
and then or a box and then
Merle
make
Mining
them.
Company, formerly Aunt Jemima. You dump
Sure.
it
Yes,
in there. Yeah.
yes.
Some of them you have to add an egg. Some of them it's just the powder and the water.
Right.
Sometimes it's milk.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're nice and thick in there.
I'm not a pancake guy. That's probably not the
You're
norm.
not, eh? I did
No.
not know that.
No.
Pancake, French toast, or crepes. Which do you go
Well,
for?
listen, crepes, take them off the table altogether.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
I love a crepe.
No,
Yeah, me too.
No.
You know who makes a good crepe? Postman Paul.
Does he?
Well, I
Yeah.
bet. He's a
Apple
gem.
doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
I think I'd go pancakes, French toast, crepes in that order.
I would too. What about waffles? How come you didn't
Wow,
include
waffles
a
Oh,
good
I forgot about
waffle?
waffles. I'm not a big waffle
No.
fan.
Yeah.
No.
I'd go pancakes, waffles,
Hello.
French toast, crepes.
I'm not
You
even a
guys-
French toast guy.
No way.
I'm
Oh,
sticking with
man.
waffles and pancakes.
Bone phone coming up.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Got something to say?
Okay, I'll say it.
Well, you should probably call the bone phone and let her rip.
It actually feels nice to finally say it out loud.
780-BONE.
To those individuals that are in the other lane opposed to semis or dump trucks or anything like that, prepared to beat them off the line. You have a special place in hell when you don't accomplish that and the semi and or dump truck is beating you. You have one job to do, and it was literally get the flow of traffic going so we didn't have to be stuck behind these semis.
Yeah. When people are having a hard time getting ahead of the semis
true.
At a stoplight, after a stoplight, everybody behind that person's like, come on, get ahead of them. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fun fact, they don't have weather condition problems in hell when you're driving.
Yeah,
either.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
A rare upside.
Yeah.
There's not too many.
Yeah,
No.
you don't hear about the good
hot.
stuff.
I'm always looking for the positives,
yeah.
Vicki.
Got
No,
it.
you are.
How about some sage advice? Guilty. He's been calling a little more lately. We love hearing from him.
Boom. Okay. The P, the J, and the V. You know who it is. Guilty. Hey, food for thought. I want to throw this out. I read this, and it was very high. It makes a lot of sense. It was by Muhammad Ali. It says, a man at 50 who thinks the same at 20 wasted 30 years of his life. Ooh, deep, eh, Philly?
Yeah.
So in other words, if you're the same douchebag at 20, at 50 as you were at 20, if you haven't learned, then pick up the pace. Start catching the play. So life is about learning. Over and out.
Tell you what.
Nice.
That's
like
deep.
that.
Deep
Yeah.
at 6:21 in the morning.
I also like that he started with a bit of a rap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an old school, the P to the J to the V.
He was out in the Gimli area, right? They had a big party going on out there this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He had invited us to it, but seemed to manage okay on his own.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah,
Like
he lives just out in that area, just outside of Gimli. Yeah,
I saw him at the strongman competition.
you'll see him again. That's the other party in
That's right.
August.
Yeah.
This guy's got all the seasons covered.
Icelandic Fest. That was fun.
Island digging doggerin.
That's right. Yeah, I'll let you say it. Super Bowl. Still getting calls about that.
My bone with the Super Bowl is the score. Two of my Super Bowl tickets, scores were 8-0 and 30-13. Oh, so damn close.
8-0. That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
it was
more of a-
9-0, right?
Oh, okay.
For a while there, yeah.
But 8, you don't see that in NFL. CFL, that's you'll get an 8-0.
Yeah, unless you get, it's more common in the CFL because of the Rouge. But
Mm-hmm.
now you get the 2-point converts in the NFL. 8 could have happened for the guy.
Oh, that's
but
right.
you're not going for it that early.
They do it. You rarely
Right?
do you
Yeah.
see them go for it early in the game.
That's the tough one. If you're playing the pool tabs, Super Bowl's a lot harder than Grey Cup because, as you mentioned, those just wonky numbers.
Agreed. Okay, we'll wrap with this. I told you guys there's a call about Howard Manshine and a possibility of him being in a Rob Zombie movie someday.
I always forget when Howard Manshine is on the radio to watch the volume of the radio because the guy talks so low. He gets so excited. Even when he's excited, he talks so low.
Oh, yeah.
You can't barely hear him. You got to turn the volume up. What's he saying? And then all of a sudden the music comes out, bam, just hits you. It's like, oh, man, I forgot to turn the volume down. But another thing, he's got the perfect voice, and I've seen him on TV now. I would think he'd be perfect in like a Rob Zombie movie. He's just got that attitude where you'd fit right in, like some crazy, messed up hotel where he's working the front desk.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Howard.
Yeah.
How may I help you? I think you guys should look into that. Howard, call up Rob and see if you can get into one of his movies. I think you'd be famous.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool idea.
And knowing H, he might have Rob Zombie's number, too.
He's probably interviewed him.
yeah,
sure.
damn right he has. Okay, we'll pass that on to H. That's a bone.
The Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast.
Okay, stuffed animals came up on the program yesterday. Joe found a crazy stat about the amount of people adults who have them in bed.
45% who sleep with stuffed animals. That's a heavy number. On a Boston Pizza text line, Vicki figured out 2%.
That's real loose math, by the way.
No, but it sounds like a more reasonable number, to be honest, than
Totally.
45.
45. Okay, old Eddie wants to weigh in.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Me.
He is old Eddie.
I can never get through the other phone, 780 City, so I'll leave a message. With a nickname of Teddy Bear, what else do I collect but teddy bears? I've been doing it for 30, 40 years. I've got a couple of 3-4 dozen various sizes, but at this time in my life, I'm downsizing, so maybe I should contact the Children's Hospital, see if they want them.
That would be cool. Let me ask you this, Vicki. Okay, pretend there's no Matt and you're single.
Yeah.
You go on a date with a guy like Joe. You show up at his house and his bed
Wow,
is
out
covered.
of all the examples you're going to give this poor girl, you couldn't have thought outside the room?
I would be honored.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So would I.
And his bed is
Yeah.
covered in teddy bears, stuffed animals.
No.
Oh, yeah, I got a collection.
I don't care for that.
It's not
I
good.
also don't care for stuffed animals as gifts. I don't know why men think that
Really?
is something women want.
Should we be trying to win it for you at the X then? Don't even do that.
I mean, at least there's some fun to that.
I wouldn't
get
worry
that,
about the
but-
teddy bears that much. You won't be able to see them in the dim lit corner. I'm going to have to sit with you in the restaurant because everybody thinks I'm having an affair.
Teddy bears are the least of your problem.
Oh, yeah. What's this guy doing? There's no red flag here in age discrepancy. He's got a bag of teddy bears.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
By the way, we've got another medal. Canada wins silver in short track relay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Silver. So who won gold, Phil?
I know where this is going because we have the coverage on here on Sportsnet in studio, and I saw the Canadians celebrating, and immediately I'm like, oh, looks like we got another medal. And then the camera shot flipped to the Italians celebrating.
Yeah.
And Joe's like, oh, looks like the Italian squad got gold.
I'll tell you what, I knew they had won gold, but just from the hand motions. There was no sound on in the studio, but I could tell by the hand motion that it was gold, not a silver hand response. Actually, I was happy for both countries, of course. That's like double dipping at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Best medal yet, right? We've just got a bunch of bronzes. But
2 bronzes, now
We're
1
moving up.
silver. Well, and like I was reading this morning, and I think if we go back to past Olympics, short track speed skating, which is absolute chaos, by the way, when you watch it, like we were watching it this morning, it looks like there could be like a 6-person crash at any time.
How do they get so low to the ground?
Yeah, no, that's insane. So
On an angle.
It's one of our really good events at the Olympics, if not our best. So we expect medals, so this one is not a surprise.
Women's
so it's
hockey.
all downhill from here. Then,
Yeah.
is what
Well,
you're saying.
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because we got women's hockey, we got
Yeah.
men's hockey,
Today,
we got
big
curling. Big game today, Canada and the U.S. You said your wife's school is doing something pretty neat.
Yeah, apparently one of the gym teachers came up with the idea on showing the game at 1 o'clock today. So after the lunch hour for the kids that have gym class, it's an elementary school. And I guess some of the classes are being allowed to at least watch a period of this, right? Canadiana, it's great. Patriotism today.
That's a great idea. And look, I have no clout over these other schools, but I think that would be a great idea for a lot of schools. And I think you'll see that especially. Well, I mentioned the medal, like the gold medal games, if we get that far. And
Weekends.
They're on weekends.
Mostly, yeah.
So you'll see more of it probably in like semifinal games and quarterfinal games.
Those were always my favorite gym classes where I didn't have to change into my gym clothes. You just like sit there and watch.
Well, wasn't it great, though, as a school? I still remember the one that sticks out to me as a kid was the Montreal Expos in the playoffs, getting to watch that baseball game in class.
And they put it on in class?
Like for everybody. We
I
all
always
went
loved
into
it.
the gym. That was cool.
When there was a big sporting event, your
Yeah.
teacher would throw it on in class. So let me ask you this, Vicki, because you mentioned it. Were you one of those girls, and there were boys who would do this too, that would, like, let's just pretend there was an intense game of handball going on.
Yeah.
You would just sort of stand around like in the middle and let the boys go crazy, because the boys are always a little more competitive probably.
Yeah, I can get surprisingly competitive.
Yeah.
So I can get in there. Gym class was never my favorite. Didn't love it. But I was never one to say, oh, I'm sick, I can't do it. I'm a bit of a rule follower in that way. So I participated, but I didn't always love it.
Okay.
Good to know about.
Got kind of aggressive in floor hockey, actually.
Oh, yeah? Throwing the elbows around,
Sure.
the odd cross check?
You know what?
Once I
though?
got those goggles on.
You
there's
wore the
no stopping
goggles
me.
too?
Well,
Yeah,
there was no goggles in my day.
I wasn't wearing
Back
goggles.
then.
Oh, I
You
feel
were
like we had to wear them.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
That's right,
with the
yeah.
goggles.
Yeah,
No
watch
kidding.
out. Watch out.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Here's what's trending.
With Philly Joe and Vicki.
Fred Armisen, you might know him from SNL or Portlandia. He's a big music guy.
Was he just not here at Rumors a year ago? No, sorry. It was somebody else from
Tim Meadows?
Tim Meadows,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh my gosh, that was such a
Old
good show.
school.
I would love to see Fred Armisen live. Actually, I saw Tina Fey and Amy Poehler live, and he was the special guest, so I guess I kind of
Oh,
have.
cool.
Anyways, he's going to be hosting a new music series on CNN that goes into the Universal Music Group's vaults. That's like the world's largest music company, and we're talking the Beatles, the Beach Boys. Sounds like they're going to be spotlighting artists like Nirvana and Guns N' Roses, and they'll be looking at artifacts, original recordings, master tapes, some alternative album art and
That's
music
cool.
videos that have never been been seen.
Will he be in some kind of character, though?
Oh, I hope so. I would love it if he was.
Didn't Fred Armisen, he's a part of the SNL skit, The Californians?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that's
yes.
so good.
Yes.
Watching them try not to laugh when they're doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
amazing. So they're going to be releasing or announcing a release date in the next couple months. I guess it's a work in progress at the moment. Austin Butler, he played Elvis in the biopic.
Did he nail Elvis, or is it just me?
Yeah, I think
was
he did a
very
great
good.
job.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's doing another one. I won't have you guess because I don't think you'd ever get it. This time playing cyclist Lance Armstrong.
She doesn't just sounded funny. Listen, I'd make you two idiots guess, but you'd never get it.
We'd be here all day.
Yeah, but Lance Armstrong, well, I mean, it's quite the interesting story, right?
Yeah.
From the lying and the cheating to being a very successful fundraiser and charity getter. Had a lot of mixed emotions from people when he came clean.
Yeah, the ultimate American hero to disgrace.
Yeah.
Is that kind of
Totally,
the Lance Armstrong story?
And a story like that, you can imagine there was a huge bidding war over the story.
Yeah.
So it's being written by Zach Balin, who wrote the movie King Richard. That's about Venus and Serena's dad. So he's kind of worked in that sports world. Yeah, it was good. So looking forward to that one.
Okay, that's Scrollin.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast. Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ and V into more ears.
Something cool coming your way with the Foo Fighters.
Big.
With City, with PJV. Massive. I dare say massive.
Yeah,
for sure.
I went with big, and you blew me out of the water.
I
with
won up,
massive.
Enormous, even.
Vicky takes a cake. 'Cause
Yeah,
enormous is more than massive.
One-upping each other with the Foo Fighters.
We got chatting yesterday off air. At least I think it was. Did field trips come up on air too?
I can't remember how it came up.
It came up.
I was talking about winter happening and how the Festival was always a fun field trip, but it always reminded me of going to Fort Gibraltar too as a kid. And just anytime you get to bring home or have to bring in a permission slip from your parents.
Yeah.
How easy was it back then, though? Like, you could have fraudulently just signed that and brought it in as if your parents knew you were going out for a field trip
Well,
back
it
in the
depends
day.
what grade you're in. If you're in, like, I know,
Your
like,
writing skills are
well,
down.
yeah,
for
Your
sure.
cursive.
My grade 9 could pull it off. My grade 7, there's no chance that he's going to put together a believable
Grade 3, when the
signature.
pencil was this fat and you're writing your name down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It wasn't really the permission slips you needed to forge, though. It was more the failing tests.
Yeah, those. Yep, that's right. But I know they forget sometimes. Like, it'll be last second. I need this signed. But field trips are the best. And like, for me, Festival de Voyageur was one of the most enjoyable field trips.
Sure.
What a day that was. You go there, you're trying the maple syrup on the snow, you're doing all different festival things. There's like dancing and there's food. It's just a great place to go with for a school field trip.
I think that was my first time trying bannock, actually.
Bannock,
and pea
yes.
soup.
Mine was at
Grade 2.
Fort Gibraltar there. That we made
your
bannock.
favorite?
No, we made bannock.
Okay.
Remembering that as a
Oh,
kid, where you
interesting.
actually got to do the outdoor oven thing and make some food or something. I
That's
used to
cool.
love more of the stuff like where they take us to do jam pail curling, like you could go out on the river or something. But the planetarium was always a good one too, because I would never get there otherwise.
Planetarium's a great field trip.
I
Oh.
remember I went, I think we were doing some kind of recycling unit, and we went to a few different places. We went to like the Brady landfill or whatever, but that wasn't the highlight.
Well, the
believe it or
Brady
not.
landfill field trip. Wow, your teacher, high end.
But we went
How
to
did you get out of Linden Woods to get to Brady? Wow.
We're
we
going
went-
to the dump.
We went to the Pick-a-Pop factory.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wild.
And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the old Dutch factory, too. Is that a factory that was here?
They
or
had
is
they,
here?
they
Yeah.
made chips here at one time.
So, I mean, as a kid, you get pop, you get chips. That's the best field trip
yeah,
ever.
no problem. That was before anybody had heard of diabetes.
That's right.
Those field trips.
That did not. I never went on those. Lower Fort Garry was another fun
Lower
one.
Fort Garry. Sorry, that's what I meant. Not Fort
Right.
Gibraltar.
Okay.
That's where we made bannock.
Because Lower Fort Garry, like, correct me if I'm wrong, they're all dressed like
Yes.
from the time, right?
It's
That
like a
was
little
the one.
pioneer town.
Yes, and that was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd go outside the city to get there.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It
I
was
could have
good.
done without it.
Yeah.
Without Lower Fort Garry,
I don't know. You're watching them do their thing. They're giving you some speech about old times.
Yeah, who cares about
When you're a
history?
kid.
Happy to be out of the school, but it was still educational, which
Yeah, I suppose.
which I don't care for at all. Give me the chips.
Way to kill a memory.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
You guys are getting some support on Lower Fort Garry being, not your favorite field trip.
Yeah. What am I doing? I got to buy into the fact that we're in olden days. We've gone back
I
in
bought
time.
right in. I wanted to churn the butter. I thought it was amazing.
That's how you learned to dance, wasn't it? That move? Turn another
The
butter?
old butter churn.
I'll tell you. That would have been a hell of a move at the sock hop in grade 8.
That's right. Who knew that it would help me dance? But I think they made you food at Lower Fort Garry, too. I remember some bannock there as well. Is that
yeah, I can
possible?
see that.
Lower Fort Garry?
Yeah.
That's where I learned how to make the bannock.
Okay.
The outdoor
Right.
oven.
I do remember the blacksmith. He was always there. Yeah.
But
That
see,
was
that was
neat.
probably the original pizza oven. Like how many people have pizza ovens?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's where you
true.
make it in. Boom.
And watching them pull that food out of the
That's
big
it,
old
man.
oven.
If they would have pulled
great.
the pizza out of there, I would have given more points to Lower
I wouldn't
Fort
have
Garry.
moved.
Yeah.
Wanted a pizza. Big N weighed in. He said that he always looked forward to, I think it was grade 9. Yeah, there it is, because he got to come into the city. We know Big N's from the Dauphin area. And they'd go to the planetarium, the museum, roller skating.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
I remember that. Roller skating was great. And the zoo. The zoo was a fun field trip.
Roller skating's great if you roller skate. Not so great if you're on the other side of the rink,
Yeah,
right?
I was
'Cause-
always really hugging the walls.
Okay.
I looked forward to the sock hop portion of the day.
Yeah.
Where everyone took their skates off and just danced.
So
That's
wa-
when I busted out my butter churn.
So I don't remember there. So you take the skates off and there'd be like a little dance too?
Yeah, a little sock hop.
All right. I don't remember.
Bowling
that
was
part.
pretty cool
Bowling and
for the first time. Yeah.
I know there's been, my kids have done swimming as like a year-end field trip at, they go to like.
we had swimming lessons through school.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were swimming lessons for
Yeah.
me too. But then they would go on a.
That's cool.
I think they should put swimming lessons back in school, but that's another
Yeah.
issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice. I think it's a basic skill that all
Well,
kids should learn.
And all of those parents who are battling it out when the leisure guide registrations, it's
Yeah.
such a headache for so many people. So
That's why I haven't learned how to swim. I can't even get in the leisure
He
guy.
tries. He tries.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The completely useless question.
Completely useless question.
Useless with a capital Y.
So useless.
Brought to you by Midtown Ford.
780 City, 780-2484. If you would like to win Rockin' Thunder tickets, headlined by Motley Crue. Joe has the question this morning.
So the average parent says this costs about $250. The average parent says this will cost about $250.
Okay.
Tough one.
And lifelines. You only get 5. There's only 5 on the table, and it can be Vicki, myself, or the text line. Let's get right at it here. Good morning, City.
Good morning. Is it their birthday party?
Kid's birthday party. Absolutely
No,
correct.
Holy
Yes. Yes.
All right.
That's the cost nowadays. And I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't had a kid's birthday party. Phil would be our professional guy here. But if you have, I guess, a certain amount of kids and the loot bags and what the event might cost
I
nowadays.
think it's more than that.
Probably.
Really?
That's my feeling. I mean,
That might be like an at-home birthday party.
Nowadays? Really, eh? With the rentals
I'm
and
the guy who took his kid to Lower Fort Garry, and I can tell you absolutely it's more than $250.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Really?
I thought so. And I mean, this isn't going to surprise you guys, but that would be something my wife would organize, and she'd know better what the cost is. But I think it's
even higher now than $250.
It might even be more like 4 by the time you
Really?
depending on what you're doing.
I guess
And how
that's
many
the
kids,
case.
too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They say the average birthday party, too, for kids lasts about 3 hours now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 2 to 3 sometimes.
Yeah, winner. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't want all of you around for any longer than that.
Well,
Yeah.
three's getting a little long.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that's
you
a
what,
lot.
I'm coming for the loot bag.
What's your name?
Dorian.
Dorian, how great is this? You're going to Rockin' Thunder to see Motley Crue, 3 Days Grace, Hailstorm, and J.J. Wild, my friend.
I am so pumped. Thank you, guys.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
For those cross-country skiers on the TV right now, I think I saw Canada is in the top 3 right now. as we watch this exhausting-looking sport.
It's not an impressive-looking sport, is it?
Well,
They're just kind of clomping along.
And then they start using the poles, right?
Yeah.
When they get to a certain hill or altitude, I guess, right?
Right.
And then they go down. It's
Downhill
like, it's
again.
amazing. Amazing to see what these athletes can do during the Olympics. And yet, while I'm watching it at home, it's different. Because I can be doing other things unless it's like a sport like hockey.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like speed skating last night. It was the long speed skating. Well, okay. Like I'm doing some, like they're just going around the oval. Like there's not a lot of passing and we still got another hour to go in the race. Like, you know.
Right.
So it's it's good. I find the Olympics, I can get a few other things done
Sure.
while I'm watching
Yeah.
it.
Well, and it's a bit of a motivator, too. You
Yeah.
see these people, like, giving it their all physically, and you're like, oh, maybe I should get off the couch.
You know what?
Do a sit-up, everyone.
No. not to put on a pair of skis and a tight outfit and go outside. That's not.
Well, look, cross-country skiing is one of those sports. It has to be. I remember hearing that and swimming are like two of the top most...
I bet.
most difficult or best for your body
You're
exercises.
using your whole body for those sports.
Yeah. And even back in the day, I was telling you guys this off air, when I was in half-decent shape, like, say, in high school, and we'd go cross-country. Did you guys go cross-country
Yeah.
skiing in high school?
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe, even back then, how exhausting it was. Like, you'd be soaked sweat through your, like, jacket.
Yeah.
No wonder they wear the tight outfits. Like, that is so tiring.
We had a gym teacher that would yell at us, making sure we got the skis out of the doorway properly. Never mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like leaving the building without hacking a wall or breaking a ski. And you're
so
talking about the
true.
pressure of actually country or cross-country skiing. I was more concerned about getting them out there without getting yelled at.
And you ever cross skis with your buddy?
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you-
They love
man.
that, too.
Yeah.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast. Here's what we learned today with Philly Joe and Vicki.
Lots going on this morning. We learned very early, Joe is not a pancake guy.
Right. More waffles than pancakes. Just because of the whole breakfast. I like my bacon. I like my eggs. Sometimes
You
ham
want
or
something
sausages.
a little more textured to go with it, or what?
I need something to dip into the eggs.
Yeah.
And pancakes aren't going to do that for me.
Going for breakfast is a tough one because I love pancakes and they're always screaming at me on every menu.
Yeah.
But then I love a breakfast, what do they call, skillet or
Something savory.
Bacon and eggs like that. I like the entire breakfast menu typically. And how often do you go out for a nice sit-down breakfast? And it's like, I want the whole menu here.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
We also learned if Vicki ever went on a date with Joe and he had a teddy bear collection, she would ditch out. Be like, sorry.
Even if it wasn't Joe.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That
Thank
wasn't
you for that, but I'm guaranteeing you that it would have ended way before you got to see the teddy bears in the bedroom.
Basically, this is all off of a conversation where Joe had a stat that 45% of adults sleep with a teddy bear.
There's no way.
And the city listener, like our numbers, our polls on that, coming in around 2%-ish, Vicki figures.
Yeah.
That must have been a typo. It had to
It
be.
had to be.
Could be a female adult study. Like I would say, would you say, Vicki, that more women than men would sleep with some form of a stuffed animal?
I guess it's more possible, but I don't know any women who sleep with a stuffed animal, so who knows?
Yeah, it was a fun conversation over the past couple of days anyway. The average parent spends roughly $250 on a birthday party. That was the completely useless question this morning.
And then we found out from you, Phil, and from the winner, Dorian, that price has gone up.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
it depends what you're doing, I
Or
think
how
we
many
established.
people, yeah.
And how many kids are going, but it ain't cheap, that's for sure. Canada won a silver medal at the Winter Games this morning. Mixed short track speed skating, so that's fun.
Woohoo.
Marie-Philippe Poulin's status is uncertain ahead of today's massive Canada-U.S. game in women's hockey. The Canadian captain left yesterday's game with a lower body injury. Face-off in that game is 1:10. Be a lot of conversation about that game. This is a big one, Vicki.
So
So
can't wait.
Yeah, we'll be
I'll be glued to the screen. No, you guys keep me up to date on the Olympics, and I try to do the same for you.
You did. You told me that you can bet on the Olympics on Play Now. I had not checked into that, so
I kind of
thank you.
stumble into my Olympic facts, but I welcome the stumble.
I wouldn't sell yourself short. You're all
You
over
didn't
it.
fall on
Yeah.
the ski hill. You're doing okay, kid.
That's what we learned today.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast.
For more Philly Joe and Vicki, lock it into 92.1 City weekday morning 6 to 10.